Okay. Right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It's 9:30 already. Assalamualaikum and good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I can see there are quite a number of international participants here. So we are going to deliver this course in English so that everyone will get the same benefits. Okay. Anyway, today I am Amira and my colleague, another Amira. We are both Amiras from the School of Mathematical Sciences. We are going to share with you our own experience of dealing with eLearn at USM. So if you have already used eLearn before this, and if you notice, eLearn keeps changing its almost everything every year. I can see almost every year. So this year, I believe that most of you here have been using eLearn in your teaching and learning and as a medium of communication with our students. And so this might be something not very new to you, but to those who are new to eLearn, so we are going to share some of the basics things that we think will be beneficial for you, and some enhancements that eLearn or Moodle has have made to make eLearn more interactive, and it appears nicer when we prepare our course to share with the students. Okay, so let me share with you our slides today. Okay, so if you can see my screen, can you show thumbs up just in case if you don't see anything? All right, thank you. Okay, so today's topic is eLearn at USM and latest features and enhancements. But we are, I have to let you know beforehand that we are not going to cover all the sophisticated features, okay, in this course, because we are going to focus on the basic things and what are the enhancements that have been made. Okay, and the first part, I'm going to show you some all the basic settings or some of the important features that you might need to know first before we go into a deeper or more complicated features that will be covered by my friend, another Amira. Okay, all right. Okay, before we proceed with getting or get to know eLearn better, so I just want to highlight here that why eLearn is important for us, because maybe if you're from the other universities before this, maybe you may have used something else, not Moodle, not our eLearn platform. But in USM, it is important because I believe everyone knows that eLearn the blended status is important to all schools, because if we achieve that blended status, that will be reflected in the schools in our school blended status as well. So every course that is registered at that particular semester will be counted, okay, in all schools. So if we achieve that blended status, we will at least contribute something to our school. Okay, so here are the important, I don't know, I'm not saying it, the KPI that have been set, how to achieve that, or at least you need to achieve that certain KPI here, that they have put a KPI for information, and at least you have one, and we only have one actually, and as long as you put your course information there, so you achieve that KPI already. And for resources, it's very easy to achieve. Okay, you just need to upload your lecture notes or tutorial questions or whatever resources that will come, we are going to show later. Okay, as long as you have at least 7, then you achieve that blended status for resources. And activity, you can do a lot of activities in eLearn. And one example is by just taking attendance or setting your WebEx, or you have some communication with the students through forum, so that will be counted as activity, and you need to have at least 3. Okay, so it's not that hard to achieve this. And another one is assessment. So for assessment, there are a few. We have assignments, quiz, and yeah, I think those 2. Okay, so if you do at least 2 quizzes or assignments, then you will achieve that blended status already. So I'm going to show you where can you get this, or where can you identify the button. Okay, the blended status button later on. So now let's go to how can, this is for those who are new, who have not signed in into your eLearn yet. So you can search e-learning at USM 2023 or 2024. So you will arrive here, and when you click this one, it will bring you here. Okay, so you might want to add this into your favorite page, or bookmark this, so that it's easier for us to assess it every time, because we will be dealing with a lot of this page throughout the semester. Okay, so then you can log in as usual using your USM ID. Okay, and then you will arrive here. So whatever courses that have been assigned to you for this semester will be shown at the top part of this page here. So I'm teaching 1 course this semester, so only 1 course is appear. So if you're teaching 2 courses, there will be 2 courses here. Okay, so you can click on that course. The rest, we are not going to cover the rest of it. Okay, and it will bring you to the main page of your eLearn. So so everyone will get this interface, the main page of your eLearn. Okay, so the most important part when you arrive here is to, before you can do anything, you need to turn on the edit button first. Here you can go to the top right, okay, of that page. You can see here, then you just edit mode switch. Okay, in the previous versions, the button says edit mode switch, but now they're not. So maybe some of you couldn't find it, so you can just click on that edit mode switch. So this is the switch, and when it appears green, you can start edit or changing or edit your platform here. Okay. All right, so you can see your face, so meaning that you are the course instructor of this course, and then your course name will be shown, and then right below that your course name, okay, there's an add quiz or assignment. This is a shortcut, okay, for you to add quiz or assignment. And then here's the button where you can check your blended course status. So let me check mine. As for now, it will appear green if you have achieved that blended status. So, so if it is still in red, meaning that you have not achieved some of the KPIs yet. So let me check. So I have my information 1. So I've achieved the status for this one. But for the rest, I only have 2 resources here. So I need another 5. And then I only have 1 activity. Okay, so I need another 2, and for assessment, I haven't done any assessment with my students yet, so it's 0. Excuse me. Oh, okay. All right, so let me continue. So for now, if you have not done anything to your eLearn, you have not uploaded anything, you didn't add any activity, yours may still be 0. Okay, so 0 here, 0 and 0. So you can start adding your resources, activity or assessments later as as the semester goes on. Okay, right, so we can keep monitoring our blended status here. All right. Okay, so if you scroll down, whenever you click the course tab here, so it will go to the main page. So it's easy. Okay, so if you scroll down, I added some blocks here just for the student to contact me regarding our first lecture next week and everything. So we're going to arrange some tutorials. So I make sure that my contact details are clear in the beginning, and then I'm going to remove this block later. Okay, because when the class have started, then I don't need this anymore. I assume that they know my contact details already. Okay, and then you can put some announcement. So I announce my first lecture. So these are all the things that you can do in eLearn. Okay, and if you scroll down, you can see that your tab will appear like this. Okay, all right. Okay, so before I proceed with the rest, so I'm going to introduce you to the basic settings of the whole interface. Okay, so what you need to do first is to click on the settings. Okay, and then you will arrive here. Okay, so these are by default your course name, your short name, and everything has been given already. Okay, it's assigned to you, so you cannot change anything. And the course visibility, you can choose to hide, but of course you need to show this to your student. So I don't change the setting as well. And the course start date, it is by the date here is given to you as the date, the start of the semester is 16th of October, next Monday. All right, I think everyone will be given the same, or will be the date is similar for everyone as the start of the semester. Okay, and you can choose when your course end date. Maybe you will be teaching this course for half of the semester only, or so you can choose that one. Okay, and then you don't change anything in the general section basically. Okay, when you scroll down, okay, this is the important part. You can see a course summary section where you can add your course summary. Initially, my course summary is just a single line of sentence, and which does not really reflect my course. I think the university puts it for everyone, this the basic one, so that at least when people from the outside click on our course, they can see the uh, the basic information of our course. But we have to, if it does not reflect your course, you can get it from your BPK or from your teaching outline or wherever. You just copy and paste it here. Okay, the summary of your course. Or if you want to if you want this course summary to be different, then you can write your own. Okay, but I usually just take it from this course BPK and paste it here. Okay, so this is important because when people click on our course, this one, there's the name of the course. Okay, they can see, okay, this course is about this, right? We can describe our course from this course summary, but they do not get access to whatever things that we put in eLearn unless if they are enrolled into our course. Okay, so this is important. If you fill in this one, then you can get that first KPI achieved already, the information status, because some people might not know where to change that description. So it's here in the settings part. Okay, so you just put whatever that you need for your course, and then you can put some banner. I put this banner, but it doesn't appear nice on my on the main page. But I don't want to deal with it now. I'm going to do that later. Okay, so if you like, you can add your own banner, and let me see if I can. All right, so you can do that. If you have nice banner that you have created earlier, then you can add it here. So it will appear. You go back to this one. The banner will appear here at the back. Okay. And then, okay, the course format. Okay, so I think this, I find this to be interesting because we, by default, Moodle has said that everyone will have a weekly format, and I think we are comfortable with that format already. We have been using it for so many years. If you have been teaching, if you have been using eLearn, so they are all in weekly format. But if you have added some materials, you will find that weekly format takes so much space. Okay, so if you like the weekly format, you can proceed. But as you add more weeks in your eLearn, okay, in your main page, so you need to scroll down just in case if you need to add materials in week number 7. Okay, just imagine that you have to scroll down for so many weeks then before you can see that. So when we play around, when I tried to play around with the format, so you can actually pick how, or you can choose how you want your page to appear in the main page. All right, so let's see. Initially, mine is shown like a weekly format here. So we have week 1, and then week 2, week 3, until we will do it until week 14. So can you imagine if we have 14 weeks? So we need to scroll down until the 14 weeks with all the materials have been added, right? So it is going to take a lot of space in your main page. So what we can do is to change this the setting in the course format. So let's see, I'll show you one example. You can explore the others, but this is something that I've tried yesterday and I love it. Okay, but I do not change anything yet. I don't play around with all the setting here. I just want to see how it looks like later. Okay, and you save. So if you scroll down, it appears to be like this. So in your main page, it will be very short and simple. Okay, but all your weeks will be here. So if you click on week 1, so your week 1 will appear here, only on week 1. And then you click on week 2. Since I do not add anything yet in week number 2, so there is nothing on week number 2. And same goes to week 3. And if we have 14 weeks, okay, so you can change this not into week, but if you want to arrange your course by topic or by chapter, you can just change the name here. Okay, so you can click week, you can edit here the title, edit section, and you can change the name. Maybe you want to use as chapter 1. Okay, and you save. Okay, so chapter 1 will appear here. Chapter 2, so if you have 10 chapters, then you can have 10 tabs. Okay, and the student can only see the first chapter, and you can hide from the student if you don't want them to see. So let me try. Okay, if you do, I believe everyone knows that we can check how does the student see our eLearn from their side. Okay, so we can switch role to the student. Okay, so basically this is what the students who have enrolled in my course will see. Okay, the section chapter 1 is not currently available, so they know that chapter 1 has been created, but they cannot see it. Okay, So they can only see the main page. If you have a few chapters and you don't keep it, you don't hide it, then the student can see the all the tabs there, and it's easier for them to, they don't have to scroll down. Okay, so this is one format that I think appears very nice and easy to navigate as well. Okay, so I think I'm going to stick with this format. So there are the other format as well that you might want to explore on your own. Okay, this is one topic format. Advisor, okay, I've tried this one last night, so I think, let's see what happened. Okay, so it appears like this. Nice as well. If you like your eLearn to be to look like a website, so you can choose this one. This is for chapter number 1. I need to change this, so you can, I need to turn on so that I can edit it. So you even though I have created a few tabs here, okay, but the students still cannot see it because I hide them. I hide whatever materials that I've added from the students, so they cannot see anything yet. Okay, not until the start of the semester next Monday. Okay, so we can always show that later. Okay, so that's how I usually do it. So I will hide everything first until I'm sure that, okay, everything is okay and ready to be released. Then only I show and change the setting into show section. So you can actually prepare everything and hide from the student. Okay. All right, so I'll go back to the format that I like here. So you can explore that. I'm not going to go very detailed because I think is going to take time. Right, so you can go and change back. I'm going to change back to one topic format, or you can go single activity format. I've tried this, but this one will be beneficial if you really focus on doing one activity only for the student. Let's say your course is all about communication with your student through forum, then you can add forum there. So many forums in that activity format. Okay, so have fun exploring this. I'll go back to one topic format that I like. Okay, what's next? Okay, go back to this setting. So we are done with course format and appearance. Okay, so I do not change anything, any setting here. But if you want your main communication language with your student in English, then you can force it to be in English. Okay, otherwise put it as do not for. Maybe your student want to communicate with you through forum or through message by using other languages like Malay or Chinese or Indian or whatever language, then you can just choose do not force. Okay, and number of announcement, I put this as 0 with hope that the announcement tab does not appear on the main page, but when I put 0, it's still there. So I don't know how to change that one. So assume that I cannot do anything. So just put 0 there. Okay, show gradebook. Though I don't use gradebook that much with my student, not yet. Okay, so just put no, show activity reports, no, and show activity days. Okay, as the semester goes on, you can always change this into yes. Later, when you have activities, when you have gradebook to be shown, to be shared with the student. Okay, that's for the appearance, files and upload. So it is a default setting already. They put this at the maximum size. So I think it's fine. You don't have to change anything unless if you want to limit the size number of the document or the picture, whatever that you want to share with this, you want your student to submit to you, then you can change the setting here. Okay, and completion tracking. I find it interesting and important to be there, so I put it as yes. And we are going to I'm going to show you on how to enable that tracking tab or tracking block later. Okay, so I put this as yes, and show activity completion condition yes as well. But if you don't like it, or if you don't use it that much, then you can choose no. Okay, so groups. Since I have not created any group yet for this course, so there's no group and everything. But my colleague later on will show you on how we can create the group setting. It's very important. It's an important feature that you can apply so that you can the students can be assigned groups, or they can choose their own group later. Okay, that one will be covered in the second part of this course. And text, don't change anything. And about this one, I don't change it. Okay, just because I don't think I need it. But if you want to explore on this one, then you can. Okay, so save and display. So this is how, if you have set if you have put all the setting, like you choose all the setting that you want, how you want your eLearn page to appear, then if you click save, then it will be ready already. So like this, I don't choose that one from a topic. One topic from mine. It's supposed to be save it. I don't know why. It's supposed to be in one topic format. Okay, let's check with that one later. Okay. Okay, after that, so the settings are all done. Okay, now let's move on to the participants. So you can monitor the participants who have enrolled into your course here. You just click the participants. Before this, the participants link is in the administration here. So you have to go to administration block and find participant and so on, and users, enrolled users. Okay, but now they put it here, so it's easier for us to assess, to get the list of all the enrolled users. So here you can see that 213 participants, including me, so 212 students have enrolled into this course. So we can see their details, from where they come from, and their email address, and since when did they last assess the course, and everything. Okay, so just in case if you need to communicate with the students, you need to get their email address and everything, you can find it here in the participant tab. Okay, so everyone who have enrolled will be there. Okay, unless if they after a few weeks they drop the course, so then their name will be taken out from this list. Okay, all right, so that's for participant. And for grades and reports, this one will not be covered today, because it takes time to discuss on the grades and reports, and since we don't have anything to show yet, okay, for the grade and report, so we are going to skip that one. All right, so any questions so far? You have anything to?
Hello, I wish to know how to upload the IP that can be visible on the main page.
The so you want to upload some
we can do
materials?
the IP in the main page.
IP. Okay, so I think what you meant is how we want to upload materials. That okay, that one I'm going to cover after this. Okay, all right. So now okay. Before that, I think I have to show you how to add this one. This one is important, because if you use a lot of if you want to create assignments, quizzes, or and you use a lot of your previous questions from your question bank, you might need to have the administration block appear on your page, and so that you can easily click on the question bank, and then you can find the question. Okay, so initially, if you have not uploaded added the blog, the administration blog, you can find it here. So on the right part of the page, okay, your main page, you can see this purple button and click add a block. All right, so and scroll down, you can find your administration block somewhere down here. So since I've added mine, then it appears here already. Okay, and you can add the completion progress block as well. All right, this one is I find this to be important as well, so that I can see whether all the students have assessed whatever material that I have shared with them. Okay, so if all students have assessed, okay, then and this will turn to green, right? So since no one has accessed my whatever material that I've shared here, because I keep it hidden from them, so it's still in blue. Okay, so as the semester goes on, I will make sure that so I know that, okay, if it's still blue, somebody might not have accessed the material yet, so I can always check with them. Okay, please share, and we can even see who have accessed it and who have not. Okay, so we can get the list, and we can, let's say if you upload important material, okay, one lecture note that you really want everyone to read first before your lecture, so you can upload and then you can assess from there. Okay, this person has at least downloaded, and another the other person, or this person have not. Okay, so we can always monitor their activity in our eLearn here. Okay, so you can add that completion progress tab as well. This is the block from here, and the rest you can add some. Okay, here you can add calendar. Where is the calendar? Model blocks. Okay, here. Okay, not this REMUI blocks. So you can go to Moodle blocks. You can get activities, activity results. Okay, maybe you have quizzes or assignment that you give them points or grades, then you can click the activity result and it will appear there. And calendar, whenever we create whatever activity that we put in calendar, like deadlines for something, then we put in the calendar and it will appear on the right side of our page, so that the students can see it very clearly, so that they don't miss anything. Okay, so if you need all this, you can add, and then you can play around with that. So all the things that are given here, since I do not use it yet, so I don't want to I don't want them to appear on the page yet, so I don't add it. Okay, so I'll just use add whatever that I want to use. So you can choose whatever you want, and then you put on the tab here. Okay, but if you don't want it to, just close the block drawer, and then it will appear simpler like this. But then you just need to click on the purple button, and then it will slide the administration block, completion progress block will appear on the right side. Okay. Okay, now let's go to, okay, I think we can cover that in another half an hour. Let's go to how do we want to start adding activities. I think, let me check with this one here. Okay, so we have covered the administration block, the course setting. We know already on how to add the course information. Okay. Okay, next we are going to see on how to upload files and embed videos and how the student can see it. Let's go back to this one. Okay, so for chapter number 1, let's here and add activity. Okay, all these I've played around with it, so we are going to do it one by one today. And activity, so let's say if you want to upload your lecture note. Okay, so for lecture note, for activity, if you have not started anything, so you can go to the big list here, we have activities. All these are considered as activities. Okay, so remember that in the blended status, you need to have activities, resources, and assessments. So you can choose whatever that you want to do here. Okay, and will be counted as your activity already. Okay, so I have start all the activities that I frequently use, like attendance, file, folder, quiz, and I always share with my students some YouTube videos, and then under URL and WebEx. Okay, so if you you don't have to go to the this one. I find it very a bit too many. So I start everything so that I don't have to go to this one each time. So I'll just go to the the step here, and then I'll assess this. So if you want to upload your lecture note, you can click file. It can be under resources, there book, file, folder, and so on. So you can click on it if you have not started. Okay, so you click file, and it will appear like this. So maybe this one is lecture note chapter 1. Chapter 1. Okay, you can add whatever description that you want the student to read first. Maybe you want to make some notes like, please download this lecture note before our first lecture, like that. Make sure that you read. So you can put whatever there so that the student are aware that, okay, they need to read that lecture note first. Okay, so you can put that and display. If you put anything here, but you do not click check this space here, it will not appear. Okay, so you can put there. All right, let's say download. Please read before our first lecture, just in case. Okay, and then display, and you can, I will put whatever file that I have. It's easier. Okay, and upload the file or add, and then you can just drag and drop here. Okay, file and appearance, display automatic. You can fix the size, type, and whatever. Okay, and always remember to always hide first, so that when I'm ready, I will show it to the student later. Okay, and then restrict access. If you don't want somebody to access this file, maybe you want to restrict someone, you can add here, add restriction. Choose maybe their user profile, add their email, so that you can they cannot access the file. Okay, and then activity completion, student can manually mark, or you want to do not indicate activity completion, because for maybe it's not very important, then you can do not indicate. And then expected completed on, this one is usually suitable for assessment or like quiz or assignment, then you can enable that one. But for just lecture notes, I don't think that one is important, so we don't have to check this. And then the expected date, and I don't play with text that much, so I don't change anything here. And competency, okay, so it's not important as well for lecture note. And save and return to course. So when you have done that, you can check here your first, okay, your first file have been uploaded, and the note appears here. Please read before our first lecture. Okay, so the student can see it from here. Okay, that's how you upload something, files. You can upload your PowerPoint slides, or you can share any Microsoft Words or whatever files that you want. Okay, you're under the file activity resources. Okay, so this one will be counted as one resource already. Okay, is that clear? It's very easy. Okay, so that's for how to upload files. Okay, I find it very important because we share a lot of files with our students, so you are going to use this a lot. Okay, and then okay, I'm going to show you how to have this video just in case if you want to share some videos with your student, or if you have pre-recorded your lecture or any discussion with the student through WebEx or whatever, you can download or you can share or and embed in the eLearn so that you can do that. So for this is for chapter 1. You can edit section. Okay, so you can add this. This is a name. In the summary part, you can add some figures, photos, okay, image, and or you can add audio or video. So let's try with adding image first. Okay, browse. So I think I'm going to, can I just drag and drop this one here? I'll try this. Let's see if I have this image. Okay, so you can simply, if you have the image already in your folder, in any folder, you can just go to that folder and drag it and drop it here. So it will appear, and then scroll down, save changes. So it appears here. So let's say if you want to share some important images with your student, then you can simply do that by just clicking that image button, and then you can drop. Okay, so maybe that's the another easier way if you have created any infographic for the students that you want them to memorize, or you want them to understand the concept of something, then you can do that by adding image. Okay, and then I don't worry because this one is still hidden from my student, so I can do whatever that I want now. Then later I'm going to add the real one. Okay, so go back to this one here. Let's say if you want to add some videos, so let's remove this image. So just delete that one. You want to add video. There are two ways of adding videos. Okay, maybe you can start with this one first. You can just click on this video button here, insert or edit video. Okay, and then you can, if you have the URL from in YouTube, so I'm going to go to YouTube. Okay, here. And then let's say I want to share with them this YouTube. Let's say, okay, let's say I want to add this YouTube share. Okay, just save this URL. And then you can add here. Add. So insert media. So it will appear like this, and let's see what happened first. Save changes. So the YouTube video will be here. Okay, but there is another way. Edit this section. Can also embed the video. Let's say if you don't want to use URL, you want to embed it. So this is the first one is for if by using URL. The second one, you can embed the video like this. You can go to HTML. All right, and then you can go back to this one and click share, and then find the embed code, copy, and you can go back to your page here. You can paste it wherever you want. Okay, and then save it. Okay, if you go down, so you have two videos. The first one is the first way. You click the video button and add the URL, and it appears like this. And another one is to by using the embed feature. Okay, so you embed it. So you can use which one you are comfortable with. If you just have the URL, then you can use that URL. If you want to embed it, so I don't see any difference between these two. So you can choose whichever you like. Okay. Okay, what else do we need? Let's go to this one here. I'm going to delete close section. Okay, I'm going to delete this and then delete this one as well because I don't need it yet. Okay, so what else do we need here? You can add whatever notes that you want. Okay, for example, welcome to our first lecture. Okay, if you want them to do anything, you want to add your course outline or whatever, you can do it here as well. You can just copy whatever that you have from your Microsoft Word and then paste it here, right? Then it appears like that. Save changes. It is here. Welcome to our first lecture. Whatever announcement that you want to make for that particular chapter or that for that particular week, you can do it here, right? Because after that, when you start adding activities, okay, it will be at the bottom part, or they need to scroll down a little bit. So important information can be added here. Okay, so maybe you want, I'll go back to this one. Where is my main page? Okay, this is the main page. For course outline, maybe you want to share it with your student. So you can just add some files and put your course outline here. Okay, I find it very useful when we share the course outline with the students so that they can see very clearly when we are going to have the test. For example, here I've set the test to be at week number 7 and test number 2 in week 15. So they cannot miss that session. They, if they are absent, then they are going to miss those. Okay, so this one is an important document to be shared with our student as well. So I will post it at the main part of the course. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so
repeat me from where, because I missed this.
Which one is it?
Just now what you
How to add this course outline.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you make sure that you have your course outline ready in Word file or PDF file in your folder, and then you can go to activity, add an activity or resources. Okay, go here. Okay, click the file, and then you can add course outline. And then you can describe whatever that you want the student to read first before they download or before they access the course outline. And then you can find the folder. So I'm not going to get the real one, but I will take whatever file that I have now. Just drag and drop it here. It can be in any version. It can be Word file, it can be PDF file or whatever. And then you can save it and return. Appearance, if you want to, it will be automatically displayed, or you can embed or force download if you really want the student to download the file, and or keep it open or in pop-up. So it will, whenever the student click on it, it will be on separate window. Okay, in pop-up window. So you can choose how you want your document to appear on the main page. I choose it to be automatic. Okay, and then you don't have to hide it from the student. Okay, but since I don't want to add anything yet to my course, so I keep it hidden first. And then I don't change, basically don't change anything, the rest of the settings, and save and return to course. Go to that activity that you have created here, so it appears here. Okay, so when you click on it, click on this one. So I'll show you the example that I have added. Click on it, then the student will see whatever that you have uploaded just now. Okay, so the most important part is to have this one ready first, your teaching plan ready. Okay, then you can add that, add the teaching plan in your eLearn. Okay, so I think for teaching plan, it depends on your school. Sometimes you do it, sometimes you have specific format. For our school, we have this specific format where all courses will use the same format. So everything, we just follow everything that we have and add whatever information, whatever important information. So if you have your own format, then I think it's fine. Okay, so always let the student know all the important assessment that they need to assess. They need to they can expect that we are going to do it, so that they know already. Okay, then this one, the course outline and schedule. Okay. Okay, anything else? I think I have covered all the important parts for the settings and how to upload. Let me check this one. Yeah. Okay, and next in 10 minutes, I think I'm going to share with you on how to create attendance. Go back to this one here.
Amira,
Yes, saya.
nak tanya, would
Yeah.
you share about how to restore or backup from last semester?
Okay, I don't think we can share, but maybe later, because
Okay,
that one is
thank
not
you.
covered here. But we can do that, or maybe you can contact me directly. I can share with you
Okay,
how to do it.
all right.
Okay. Thank you. All right. So because I think the time is very limited today, so we cannot cover everything. So we'll go to the important ones, but you can always reach me for any other features. Okay. Okay. So let's go to the attendance one. How to create attendance first. It's very simple. So you can add activity here, attendance. Okay, if you want to, this is important. If you want to take, if you want the student to mark their attendance in class using eLearn, so that it will be automatically recorded in eLearn, so that at the end of the course, if you need to have the attendance downloaded and put it in your BPK, in your course file, then it's easier. So you can do it manually, it's up to you. Okay, but I find it very easy to use eLearn, so that we can maybe you can try to do it using eLearn as well. Okay, so this is attendance. Let's say we will create attendance for all the 15 weeks. Okay, attendance, let's say I have my lectures on Tuesday and Thursday this semester. So for Tuesday lecture, so I'll create, so maybe you can describe anything, but I don't need it. So for lecture, I don't give any grade or point. So I'll put it as none. Okay, but if you want to give them marks for attending your class, then you can set it as scale or point. Okay, and then common mode setting, I think it's okay to hide it first. Later, I'm going to show it. And then you can save and return to course first. Okay, so you have to create that one first before you can add sessions. So you scroll down, go to where you have created that activity, attendance activity, and then you click on it. Then you can start adding session. Okay, so you have to create that activity first, and after that you click on the link to start adding session. Okay, so we have add session. Scroll down here. So since my Tuesday lecture will start on the 17th of October, and it's on 11 until 12. So I will set the time to be 11 until 12 only, and you can describe anything here and create multiple sessions. Okay, so repeat the session above as follows. So every Tuesday, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to mark the attendance through eLearn. So you can repeat on every Tuesday and every week. So if your class is on every 2 weeks, then you put it as 2 weeks. Okay, but if your class is every week, then you can every week. So repeat until at the end of the semester. Maybe I can put until 20th of February 2024. Okay, and I allow the student to record their own attendance, because if I don't do that, so we have to mark the attendance manually. But since I have 200 and over students, so I don't think I can do that within 1 hour. So I will allow the student to record their own attendance by scanning the QR code, or to those who don't have any QR scanner on their phone, they can add it using password, random password. So when we click the add button, we can rotate QR code. Okay. So that the QR code will be it will change from every few minutes. I'm not sure about the time, but every few minutes, and you can add there. Okay, so now all your, how many sessions that I have now? I think at least it's 15. Okay, all the sessions are here already. So every week you don't have to create a new one. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing for my Thursday lecture. But if you want to take attendance for one particular day, maybe for your test, you have set a test date and you want to take attendance using eLearn, you don't have to pick that multiple session. Okay, just one, or test number one, or you want to have some discussion outside, or maybe for tutorial, so you can do that. So I usually have two sessions for lecture, okay, because 2 hour and 2 hour, and then another 5 sessions for tutorial. So I'm going to create a few. So they are all going to record their attendance using eLearn. Okay, so when the time comes, so when on Tuesday next week, I will go to this activity, click on it, and display this QR code. Okay, and display it on the screen of the lecture hall. So the code is valid for, I saw it as 30 seconds just now, but it will appear. So that one we will avoid the student from capturing, okay, screen, capture the image and send it to their friend who are not there. So it will be rotated for every 30 seconds. Okay, so if you display it like this, the student just need to point their QR scanner from their phone, from their mobile phone. It will be the attendance will automatically be taken. Okay, so that's how we do it. Let's say you want to take it, just go to that session, or one day if you decide to call names one by one, you can just go to their names and you mark your own mark manually. Okay, and I think that's it for creating attendance. It's very handy and it's very easy. So you can do it if you want, or if you prefer not to use eLearn, you do want to do it manually or through Google Form or whatever, you can. You always have option. All right, I think that's all for my part today. Any question? I have not. I don't have the chance to look through the chat. I'm going
Yeah.
to. Okay.
Dr. Mira, I think a lot of the questions have been answered by myself or CDAE.
Thank you so much. Okay.
There's one question about, can you show your main page?
Okay, I'll go to my main page now.
Okay, so can you scroll down a little bit? Yeah, that first lecture block there, the first lecture announcement, can you share how you did that?
Oh, okay. Just add edit section here. And I put this image, that's all. So I have this image in separate, as a separate, this is a PNG file. Okay, I created using Canva. And then I paste this image by clicking on this image here and set the size and everything and save that image. Save the image and save changes here. So what you need to do is just to go to the first the three buttons, the vertical button here, edit section. So it will appear at the section that you choose it to be. It's very easy.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Mira. There's one more. Can you show how the attendance list appears when you download for course filing? Do you have an older version that you can show us?
Okay. Let me go back to the course archive. Here. Log in. Go to this one. Where was it? Just I think if we go to I forgot already. Let me, but it's here in my page. But Amira, do you have it now? Or
I do have it. Yeah, I can show mine if
yeah,
you
maybe
want.
you can continue.
Okay. Okay, there's another question. Hang on. Once we set the attendance in e-learning, what do we need to do in every class? Or the attendance can entirely be done by students once it's set up? So I think Dr. Amira did show you that you need to show either the QR code or the password. And you can do that via the attendance page. There's a little link that you can click. Can you show us that one, Amira?
Okay, so whenever you create that attendance activity, so the student will see it as well. Okay, so if we click on this, okay, the student can click on the same thing, but only the session that on that particular session, they can access on that particular session on that date. Because remember that we set the date here. Okay, if we go back to the main setting, okay, we set the, not the setting, the course. Okay, I think it's the setting here. So if we click on it, okay, the setting here. What is it? Can I to annotate the shared content? Sorry, can I show the setting here? Okay, remember that we set the time to be from 11 until 12, so that attendance link will appear, and they can only get access the attendance link from 11 to 12. So before or after that, they cannot access the link anymore. So during that time, they can click on the link, and but I don't know how it appears on the student's phone or on the student's computer. But when they click the link later, there will be there's a session where they can just pick a scan QR code, and the attendance their attendance will automatically be there. Okay, so if I think if that is what the question means.
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a question about Excel being cluttered by lots of information about attendance when you do the exporting.
Yeah, it
Yes,
is.
it's going to be like that. You need to do
Yeah.
post-processing.
Yeah.
Sorry. And about
Processing
the,
is important for
yeah.
your course file, especially.
Type here the first 4 steps to do attendance. I think Dr. Amira just showed you, right?
Yeah.
Just add activity, and then you add the attendance, and then you add the session.
Maybe you can refer to the recording. So that,
Yes.
okay. Because I think we are going to proceed with the next one, so that in another 1 hour.
Okay.
All right, I think that's all from me. So if anything, you can if you miss anything, you can watch the recording, or you can always contact CDAE just in case if you have any problem with eLearn. All right, so and that's all. See you later.
Okay. Hi everyone. Can everyone let me know once you have seen? You can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Cool. Okay. So great. Okay. So this is my attendance for my course last semester. As you can see, I took attendance twice a week. So the P means there, A means absent, and if you see an E, it means excuse. So to export, I just go to report here, and I scroll down, I think. No. Oh, there's an export button right here. Okay, so just click on export, and export specific users, no, because I want everyone. And then you can unclick a bunch of these. Even if you unclick, there's still going to be a lot of clutter. So just be aware of that. And you can download in 3 different formats. I'm going to choose Excel. So if I choose Excel, it will download. Let's just wait for a little while the internet does its thing. Okay, and I'll just put it on my desktop. Okay, it's downloaded. And And let's go to my desktop, double click on the file, and this is what you get. So it is a bit cluttered, but I think a bit less cluttered than if you had the emails and all that. Okay, so I hope that answers your questions. Right. So as you can see, even if you get it this way, it's not really that nice. So you still need to do some post-processing to make it a little more human readable. So to answer some other questions, so let's say if I wanted to restore, right? So I would have to click this one to restore from a previous course. You would have to have a backup. So this is why we always recommend that you have this administration block in every semester that that you have a course, so that you can easily access all of these features. So you just back up your course, follow the prompts, back up the parts that you want to back up. And then when you get to the new course, this one, you just click restore and you follow the prompts from there. So there were some questions about whether you can access the current, like the previous backup from the current version. I'm not sure about that, but my recommendation is to download it onto your personal machine and then upload it from your personal machine when you do the restore. All right, so that's backup and restore. Just a very short, brief version. So next, I'm going to go to WebEx on eLearn. Is this still something that people want to know about? Can I get some thumbs up or some feedback from the chat? Do you want to know about this? I think, yeah, okay, so you still, okay, so still some people find this useful. All right, so let's go through it. So WebEx, of course, you can set up your WebEx on the WebEx browser or on your WebEx app on your machine, and then just give the students the link. But on eLearn, there's a more direct way to do it so that everything is accessed through eLearn. So you can set up a WebEx link on eLearn without going to the WebEx website or the WebEx app. You can possibly, it's possible to easily set up repeated sessions. So let's say you have a class every Tuesday, 9 to 10 a.m. You only need to do it once. You don't need to do it, 15 times. And the good thing about WebEx on eLearn is that attendance is automatically taken. However, the students must use the link on eLearn at USM, which means that they need to access WebEx through the link at eLearn at USM. They cannot access it from outside. They cannot get the link from their friends. If they do, they will still be able to access the WebEx session. However, they can't, their attendance won't be taken by WebEx. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so as you can see, this is my course page for this semester. It's not as nice looking or fancy as the other Dr. Amira's, and I've gone for a very straightforward option, which is every week is on the same page. Okay, so let's say I wanted to add this WebEx session. As the other Dr. Amira mentioned, it's good to favorite or star your most used applications or most used modules or whatever you want to call it, activities, resources. So I put WebEx here. If it's not here, then it's under activities. You can find it right there. Okay, so you just click on the WebEx eLearn and give it a name. So I'm just going to give it the name of online MSG 352 online classes. Okay, so there's show more here. There's not really much. You can put in a description if you want, and I don't usually mess around with all of this. However, with the grade, I make sure that it's none, just in case, because I'm not grading, them attending this session. For common module settings, I always hide everything from students until I'm 100% ready for them to see it. And for activity completion, for something like this, I usually do not indicate activity completion, although you can do it if you want to. And then I just do save and display. So when you save and display, this is basically what you see. It's still loading, so it's empty. Okay, so as you can see, this box is rather thin and I cannot do anything to change the size of it, this is it for me. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to set up. So you just click on the setup button. The first time actually you will access this in this semester, you won't even have this first tab. You will only have setup and possibly analytics. So just click on setup and log in to WebEx through eLearn. So once you do that, you will have all of this. So it has choose your features. So I think the best option for online class is not classroom collaboration or office hours, it's virtual meetings. So make sure you click that one. And then I don't really mess with the time zone because it's already set to our time zone. I don't do any of this or the attendance grading. You don't need to actually turn it on to have the attendance thing on. I think that's just automatic. I don't need a reminder bot. Okay, so then there's not much else to do other than clicking apply here. Okay, and then it says success. And you can go to virtual meetings. So once you hit the virtual meetings tab, I think you can see that in this case, I already have a bunch of meetings set. So I'm just going to delete these. Okay. This was me testing yesterday. Oh, it's taking a while. Okay, so it's already deleted everything. All right, so if you want to make your own classes, then you just click on new meeting over here. There's only the one button. And start up here with what it is. So let's say the Tuesday 9 to 10 a.m. class, right? So Tuesday 9 to 10 a.m. online class. Okay, so the first meeting date, let's set it to next Tuesday. So that's 17th and 11. So it's 9 to 10 a.m., right? So 9 a.m. done. Okay. How long is it? 1 hour. All right. So what is it? What type is it? I'm just going to set it as a meeting because I don't really know, what will happen if I set it as training or event. So just to be safe. Now here is where you can actually repeat the same meeting every week. So you just click on weekly. So every week on Tuesday, and you can either set the ending date or you can set it how many meetings you want. So for this one, I'll just put in 2. Okay, so let's do 3. Right. So there are some advanced options here. What do you want to happen when your students join? Can they just join, or do you want to make them wait in the lobby until you admit them? So that's those are the two, I would say, useful options. I don't know why you'd want the third one, which is guests can't join the meeting, but it exists. If you're very big on, how do you say, punctuality, maybe you don't want the students to be late. So if they're late, they cannot join at all. That's this one. If you record your sessions, but you're a bit forgetful like me, you can click on this one. So automatically when your meeting starts, the recording starts. You may or may not want that. So yeah, use it as at your own discretion. So once you've done all this, you can create your meeting. So once you've created your meeting, it will appear. So here I have 3 because I just made 3, right? Everything is Tuesday, 9 to 10 a.m. online class. And it's like next Tuesday, next Tuesday, and next Tuesday. So you can just start from here. So once one of the meetings has transpired, they will move to past meetings, and there will be a column here with like a person, how do you say, icon. So that is your attendance. So you can click on it to see who has attended and who has not attended, and match it with the attendance that you have taken. Just remember that the students need to click on the link on the page. So let's go back to the page, the main page. They need to click on, where is it? This one. They need to click on this link to join the class for their attendance in WebEx to count. If, let's say, they cannot click on the link or whatever, and then their friend gives them the direct link, then their attendance will not be taken, but they will still attend. So just be careful about that one. Okay, so there's a suggestion that if you're using WebEx eLearn activity, to choose setting open in new window. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Nozila Manak, for that. All right. Does anyone have any questions about WebEx before I move on to the next topic? Or are we all good? Okay. All right. I'm seeing a bunch of thumbs ups. All right. So let me just move to the next topic. Oh, okay. So the next topic is forum. So sometimes you may want to communicate with your students online. I found this extremely useful when I was teaching online classes back in the COVID days. And I do find it useful now as well. So I usually use it in two ways. The first way is where, well, I guess three ways. So general communication, where all students can see what all students post. And then there's the discussion of tutorial questions, where students can upload their attempt for you and their peers to comment. And all students can see this as well. I mean, you generally want that because then it benefits everyone. And the other way that I use this is via group assignments, where there's a private discussion for each group. So I'm going to show you some examples of uh, these, how do you say, implementations, and then we'll go through how we're going to actually do it. Okay. Give me a second. All right. Okay, this is attendance. Okay. So this is the Q&A forum that I made for my class last semester. So I put a topic for each, a forum thread for each topic and a general queries one. And some of them are heavily used, some of them are not used at all. So we're just going to look at lecture 3 topic, where one of my students actually uploaded his answers for one of the examples or the exercises, and I gave my feedback. So I feel like if you're doing online classes and you want engagement from your students, then perhaps you can assign questions to certain students and they can upload to forum and you can give your feedback so that everyone can see if there are improvements to be made, where they're to be made, and all that. So that's one of the ways you can use a forum. Okay, so the next way to use a forum is for group assignment. Hang on, I can't see my window. There we go. Forum, here we go. So this is for the same course I'm teaching right now, MSG 352, and I have a group assignment and I have them do their topic bookings via forum. So in the beginning, all of this is empty because I want them to pick their own topics. And I have a forum thread for each group. So previously, we didn't have this column here. So we have this column, meaning that only group A and me can see this discussion thread. So let's see, if I click on this, then only the members of group A can see it. And we have some conversations on the topic that they have chosen and all of that. And this is where it exists. So this is one way you could use the forum if you have group work, or if you have any assessments that require communication with you and your students regarding a certain topic. And if you cannot do it in person or online on WebEx or something like that. So that is the example. So how do we make a forum? So we're going to go back to add an activity or resource. And you click on forum. So this one is still activity. So it's right here. But I've started, so it's in my favorites. Click on forum, and then you give the forum a meaningful name. So let's say if you want to do like something like tutorial questions. Oh, tutorial questions, and then you add some description. There are many types, well, there are 5 types of forums that you can use. My favorite one is standard forum for general use. That's the one that I'm most used to, but you can explore the other ones if you would like. There's explanations on what they are if you click the question mark button here. Okay, so if you want to be your forum to be available for a limited amount of time, you can do that here. If you want to limit the attachments and the word counts, I usually force subscription for all my students because I want to see them to be aware of what's being written in the forums. Discussion locking, I think I've never used before, but you can if you want to lock the discussion after, like, say, 1 week of inactivity or something like that. Post threshold, I think it's to avoid spamming. Yeah. Right. Grading, I usually put none. No, I have not covered groups yet. I'm just covering forums right now. I'm going to cover groups in a little bit. Okay. There's common module settings. All this is basically stuff that you do for everything that you put on eLearn. So I'm just going to not indicate activity completion. So if I do save and display, and then you end up with something empty like this. So you have to add a discussion topic. So let's say tutorial for, let's say, lecture 1 questions. Okay. So drop your answers here. And then if I post to the forum, and there's lecture 1 questions. And if the student wants to upload or submit or, add to the discussion, then they can just hit reply. Okay. So this is how you make a forum. You can also, to make the forum with the groups, you need to make the groups first. Okay, so that is next. Okay, so if you want to use groups in eLearn, then the first thing you need to do is create grouping or groupings. All right, so groupings could be something like tutorial slots. They could also be something like group assignment groups. Okay, so the same set of students can be in both groupings, but different students can make up the different groups. There's a question: when you use forum, do you set time or set certain time to discuss? Me personally, no, I don't, because I have enough trouble getting the students to engage. So I don't want to put that kind of pressure on them. If it's like a Q&A forum or a lecture topic-based forum. For the group assignment forum, yes, because there's a deadline in my group assignments where I have them pick out their topics. So I say by the end of week 7, they need to pick out a topic, and then the forum closes. So so there's your answer. So it's very context dependent. I hope that answers the question. Participant Zainab Matyudin.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So going back to using groups in eLearn. So you can have the same students populate 2 different groupings in different ways. So let's say if I want to create the groups for group assignments. So I have group A, B, C, up until, let's say, J. So these are all for the group assignment. And then I have something like for tutorial slots, I have like Monday 8 to 9. I have Wednesday 4 to 5. And these are for the tutorial slots, right? So I can create those groups. So these are groups, and these are groupings. Okay. The name is very similar to each other, so it's easy to get them confused. Okay, so once you have the groups and the groupings, you want to populate the groups with the students, right? So there's 2 ways to do that. Way number 1 is you set. This is you. Okay, so way number 2 is group choice, which is my preferred one, because the students choose their own groups. So we'll go through the group choice and how to make the groupings and the groups. And after you do all this, you can use your groups in activities like the forum and assignments and attendance even. Yeah, stuff like that. All right. So just to give you a more pictorial way to see things, let's just ignore the stuff on the left for now. So let's say that this course is MXX hash hash hash. I have two groupings. Okay, so these guys are the groupings. Okay, there's one for group assignment and there's one for tutorial. And these guys, they are the groups. Okay, so the one on the left is the groups for the tutorials, and the one on the right are the groups for the group assignment. So it's possible to do this and have, let's say, student Ahmad is in group A, but he is in the Friday tutorial. And then you have student Barry is in group A as well, but he's in the Monday 8 to 9. So it's possible to do this. All right. So now that there's been, the examples are done, let's go to how we make the groups and groupings. Okay. So we're back to, not here. Let's go to the main page. Okay, we're back to our main page and my favorite block, that was at the admin block. All right, so I recommend that you have this on your page because it is useful. So I go to users, I click on it, and then I go to groups and I click on that. Okay, so admin block, users, groups. So this will bring you to this page, which is your groups page. Currently nothing is in it because I haven't set anything up. Now, very tempting to do the groups first, but no, we will do the groupings first. Okay, so now I know that I have two groupings. I have the first grouping is my tutorial, tutorial slots. Okay, and I can put a description in here, but I think my name is descriptive enough that I don't need it. So I'll just save changes. So basically, this is just to set up the grouping. So I'm going to create another grouping for my group assignment. Okay. Now, if I have more than one group assignment where I have different students in different groups for assignment 1, 2, 3, I would say just make multiple group assignments, like group assignment 1, group assignment 2, group assignment 3, or if you can give a more meaningful name, like modeling assignment, solving assignment, field group assignment, or something like that. So you can do that. Because the more descriptive the names are, the better they are at helping you remember what they're for. Okay, so now that we have the groupings, we make the groups for each of the groupings. Okay, so then you go to this drop-down box and you go to groups. Okay, so there's two ways of making groups. One is just to create each group on its own. One is to auto-create groups. They're both useful in different ways. So if I were to start with the tutorials, then I would want to start with create group because the group name is going to be very different, right? So I'm going to have something like Monday 8 to 9 a.m., right? So this is for the Monday 8 to 9 a.m. tutorial group. Group messaging, I'm just going to say no. I'm just going to say no picture here. So I'll save the changes. Okay. Don't worry about the 0 here. It just means the number of students in the group currently. And then I'm going to make another group for my second tutorial section, which is, let's go with Friday 4 to 5. Okay. So Friday 4 to 5 p.m. Okay, I can also put a description here if I want to, and I'm going to leave everything else alone, and I'm going to save the changes. How do we set that admin list at the left side of eLearn? So how to do it, thank you, okay. All right, so now we have these groups, but we haven't attached them to the grouping. So what we do is we go back to the groupings list, All right, so go back to this drop down, go to the groupings list, and we go to the tutorial slots, right? Because this is what it's about. And then you click on the person. Okay, this person thing here, you click on that, and you highlight all of the groups that you want, and you add them to this list. All right, so if I go back to groupings, then I'll see that in tutorial slots, there are 2 groups. Okay, there are 2 groups. So this is basically done for tutorial slots. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make groups for the group assignment. Okay, again, naming is important. So if you have multiple group assignments, then you'll want to name your groups a little bit different from what I'm about to do. Okay, so for group assignment, I just want a simple group A, group B, group C. Let's say I want 5 groups, right? So I can do auto create groups here. So auto create groups. And if you click on the little question mark here, it tells you that if you add a symbol alias, then it will do letters. So if you do group space alias, then it'll give you group A, B, C up until how many ever groups that you have. If you use the hash symbol, it'll give you numbers. Okay. So if I do group alias, it'll give me group A, group B, group C up until, however many groups that I have. I could also group group A assignment 1, something like that. So then it'll have group A assignment 1, group B assignment 1, group C assignment 1, if you have multiple assignments, right? Because you want to be able to differentiate these groups, and you don't want to use the same group for different groupings. At least I wouldn't recommend that, because it might cause confusion on Moodle's side. So I always auto create based on number of groups. You can do it based on members per group, but it's more useful to do number of groups. So let's say I want 5 groups, okay? And I want the group members to be able to message each other. So I'll just put yes there. So group members, all of them are students, okay? We don't want lecturers in the groups. Select members from grouping. I always put the grouping that I want. For, in this case, is group assignment. Even though select members from group none, okay, just put none here. Even though I'm not going to allocate, because I want my students to allocate themselves into groups, which is why we'll be doing group choice in just a little bit. This is just the setting up. So no allocation. And active enrollments, this part doesn't really matter because it's not controlled by us. Okay, so for grouping here, grouping of auto-created groups, make sure you put in the grouping that you want. For this example, it's going to be group assignment. Okay, so I'm a bit nervous, so I'm going to hit preview before I do any submit. And it's going to show me down here what it looks like. So 5 groups, A, B, C, D, E. That's it, right? So if you put like a different name, so like I said here, so you can put assignment 1, right? So let's see what that looks like. So if I just go down and hit preview, this is what it's going to look like. Group A, assignment 1, group B, assignment 1, group C, assignment 1. Or you could just do assignment 1A, assignment 1B, something like that, right? So you can name it whatever you like. So I'm just going to delete that because I only have the one assignment. So preview again, just to make sure everything's okay. Everything's fine. Hit submit. And it has created another 5 groups. Okay, so in this case, since we already mentioned the grouping, if you go to this drop down and go to groupings, it should already be in there. Yeah, see? So in group assignment, the groups are groups A to E. Okay, so this is how you make your groups and your groupings before you do the group choice. So before I go to the group choice, are there any questions about this part, or is everything good?
No, Assalamualaikum. Can I ask for the group,
Mhm.
for the student side? So the student will enter it as a group when they open the eLearn, or
No,
they
no,
will
no, no,
the whole
no,
class?
no, 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 no. We're going to get to that part where the students choose their groups. You actually need to make something like an activity for them to choose their groups. You can choose the groups if you want to, but that takes a lot of time. Or you could randomly assign when you make the groups.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Thank you for that question, by the way. Okay, so now that we've set up our group assignment, so let's go back to this one. So we've done, where's my pen? Okay, so we've done create grouping. Okay, we've done create groups with groupings. We're up to this part here now. All right. Okay, so let's go to back to our main page, our course. All right, so this is probably a week 3 activity. So I'm just going to go down to week 3 and I'll put the activity right here. Actually, these activities you can move. You can just click and drag. So now the forum is in week 2. So there you go. You can just put it wherever you want. Okay, so I'm going to add this activity to week 3. So under activities, you have group choice right here. So it's under my start. I've already started because I know I'm going to use it. So I just click this. So group choice name. So shall we do tutorial sections? Maybe we'll do tutorial sections. Okay, so tutorial slot choice. Okay, so then in the description, I'd write something like choose your tutorial slot here. Okay, so maybe for this one, you want to put it in week 1. Okay, so you can display the description on the course page, but it does add a bit of clutter and to your page. Up to you. I don't like it. The student can click and then read. Okay, so first of all, I'd never allow enrollment to multiple groups because the whole point is for them to choose which tutorial section they want to be in. So I don't click on this one. I always show my results to the students because they should be able to see what they've chosen and what their friends have chosen. Sometimes these things are important for social stuff. Privacy of results, I'll just show the full results, their names and their choices for the same reason. I always let the choice to be updated because sometimes, their schedules change or they change their mind or whatever. And I don't want to be the one who has to deal with it because they might come to me and say, oh, can I please change to a different, no, just let them do it themselves. This one, I don't know that it makes any difference for me because I've never seen the difference between the two. So I'll just put yes for no reason. User with expired or suspended enrollments, I haven't had any issues with this, so I'll just leave it as is. Limit the number of responses allowed. Okay, so let's say that you have your tutorial slots. Your classroom cannot handle more than 25 students at a time, right? Just because of space issues. So enable it and you limit your number of students to 25. And you just, for now, just apply it to all groups. Okay, apply it to all groups, and you also have to mention which groups that you want. So don't click on the group assignment when you actually want tutorial slots. So just click on the tutorial slots and add grouping, and you can see here, both classes have 25 in them. So let's say that for whatever reason, your Friday class can handle 25 students, but your Monday class can only handle 10 because that's the only space that you can get. So you can actually change it here. So you can change it right here. Instead of 25, you do 10, and then you enter, and it changes to 10. Oh, I should not press enter. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's gone, and let's just redo the whole thing. Okay, tutorial slots, choose. Okay, show, yes. Enable. Okay, 25. Okay, lesson to everyone. Don't press enter. All right, so here we go. 10, and then just click away, and yeah, okay, it updates. All right, so you can restrict answering. Let's say you want, within the first week they have to answer, or within the first Monday, Tuesday, then you can restrict your answering here, the answering time here. There's also activity completion. I find it not very useful for this particular activity, so I don't indicate that. I don't usually restrict access. If you want to, you can. based on like a student name or ID or, you know, group or whatever. And let's do a save and display. So see, then it says Monday 8 to 9 a.m. the capacity is 10. Friday 4 to 5 p.m. the capacity is 25. So if I show my group members, there's no one here because the students have not made their choice. So this is group choice. Okay. I think I can show you something I did last sidang or last academic session for my students. This is for the group assignment. 5 groups in total, 2 members per group. If I show the group members, this is what my students chose for themselves. Like I didn't interfere at all. So once you have all this, if you want to export it, you can. So at the top here, there's going to be view 10 responses. So over here, there's view 0 responses, right? Because no one has submitted or submitted their choice yet. So once they have, then you'll have a view, number of students responses. So if you click on that, then it'll give you this, and you do select all, and you can download in Excel. So what you get in Excel, and I'll just put it on my desktop just to show you, replace. Okay, so let's go to my desktop, and I think it's not this one, it's, yeah, choose group. Okay, let's just wait for it to open. Okay, so it will give you this. So the first name, the my card, the email address, and the groups. So it's not super nice, but you do get a list of names and with a list of groups. Okay, so far, how are we doing with the groups and the group choice? Is everything okay? I think there were a few people asking for this explanation, so I hope. SM has raised a hand. Go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question. If you have any questions, please ask. Or is everything good? Okay. All right, looks like a few people have given the thumbs up. So hopefully this is useful for those of you who are planning on doing like tutorial slots or group activities where the students can pick their own groups. Okay, so if we go back to my slides, now we've done this part, and the using groups in activities, you can actually do it in a forum. So let's say, let's go back to the forum that I made. Where was that? I think that was, I put it in week 2, right? Yeah, for the tutorial question forum. Okay, so let's say I want to add a discussion topic, but it's just for the Monday group only. Okay, so answers here, all right? And then I click on advanced. Okay, and I can actually, oh, where is it? Maybe I didn't turn on the groups here, so it's not possible to do it here. Yes, okay. I need to make a new forum for that. All right. Yep, it's not here. It's just display period and text. Okay, cancel. Cancel. Okay. Maybe what I need to do is to redo the settings for the forum so that it includes groups. Is it common module settings? Group mode? Yeah, okay. Maybe separate groups or visible groups. Yeah, let's do separate groups. Grouping, tutorial slots. Okay, So if I do save and display, okay. So, oh, this is the wrong, this is the wrong forum. It's this one. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Just edit the settings, and we're going to go back to common module settings, separate groups, okay, and then tutorial slots, and then save and display. There we go. Okay, so this one has no group because it's available for everyone. So if I add a discussion topics for Monday group only, okay. So if I click on advanced, there should be, there it is. Okay, so here there's a group option here. So I can just put it for the Monday 8 to 9 a.m. group, and I can post to the forum. Oh, it's required. Okay, yeah. So post to the forum, and it's right there. See, so only the students in the Monday 8 to 9 a.m. group can see it. So previously I put in the settings as what was it? Separate groups. It means that the other tutorial group cannot even see that that particular forum thread. The visible groups, they can see it, but they can't access it, I think, or they can't interact with it. So if you look here, so separate groups means each group member can only see their own group, others are invisible. So if you have a general message to everyone, they can see that as well, but they cannot see the other groups. But visible groups means each group member works in their own group, but can also see other groups. So that one I've never done. So I don't know if it means that they can see, but they can't click, or they can click, but they can't interact, as in they can't post. All right. So that's how you separate out the groups for the forum. Okay, you can also do this for assignment. So I'm just going to add an assignment here. Like, let's say we want to do a group assignment. I'm just going to quickly show you the group assignment setting. Okay, because if I have a group assignment, I don't want my students to all submit, right? I just want one submission per group. So you can actually do that. And you can do it group submission settings over here. So student submits in groups, yes. Require group to make submission, definitely yes. Require all group members to submit, no. And the grouping is group assignment. Yeah, so this is the set of settings that I use when I want my students to submit in groups. Right. Yeah. So to show you a group assignment that happened last semester, I have 5 groups and there's only 5 submissions. So if you view all submissions, then, oops, yeah. So this is what happens if you view all submissions. So the students, as you can see, the student number 1 and student number 2 are both group E. Only one of them had to submit, but it will show up for both of them. So this is what the view is like. So see, group, this is E, this is also E, and but only one of the students submitted. I'm not sure which one because it doesn't indicate. So this presents a bit of a problem when you are downloading for course file related documentation. So you just need to select the ones that are not repeating, because if you do a select all, then it will download all and you will get multiple copies of the same group's work. Yeah, I haven't found a way to do it easily, so you just choose. Okay. Yeah, I think Dr. Amira has answered the question for creating groups. You create groups once and you can use them multiple times if you want the same group. If you want different groups, then you need to create multiple times. Are there any questions regarding groups or the usage of groups? Yeah, in the meantime, I think we've covered everything in my list here. If there are any further questions, do ask. Yeah, I just want to check back with, I think there was a person who wanted to choose random for grouping. Yes, you can. When you make the groups, where was it? Okay, so let's go back to home. Okay. Oh no, home is not right. Okay, so let's go to users and groups. When you make the group itself, you can actually populate with students randomly. Yes, there's an option for that. Can you go back to how to get the students to choose their own groups? Sure, after I do this one. Okay, so if I create a group, enrollment key, it's not here. Okay, maybe if I do this one, members of group C. Okay, so if I do add or remove students, I think this is how you do it, not randomly, right? If you add, maybe it was the create groups, auto create groups, I think. Yeah. So yeah, allocate member randomly. You can do that. See, then if you do that, then it'll allocate it randomly. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. So there was a question about how will it be generated? I don't, what do you mean, how will it be generated? Okay, so let's just do this. Random at, right? Random at, and then members per group. So since I want to randomly, generate them, I say I have 29 students in my class. So let's say, 3 members per group. And select members with role students, select members from grouping. Let's do group assignment. No, let's do none. And then select members from group none as well. Allocate members from, just randomly. And then for the grouping, let's do a new grouping named random groups. So this, you can also make a grouping like this, but I prefer the systematic way where you definitely make the grouping first and then you do the groups afterwards. So if I preview, then it looks like this. So random A has these students, random B up until random J, because I have 29 students, 3 students per group. So you have 3 students up until A up until I, and then J only has 2. So Siti Marwanis, does that answer your question? Okay, cool. And then Ahmad Ramli was asking, can you go back to how to get the students choose their own groups? Sure. Are you clear on how group choice is made? Because it's all under group choice. So where was my group choice? I think it was under 3. Yeah, so here. So once you've made the group choice, all they need to do is click and then click on whichever they want. Okay, you can't click on both. It's only one of the 2. Is there a need to repeat how I made this?
Oh, sorry. I meant the group members.
The
How
group
do you
members?
experience? Yeah.
Yeah. So when your student accesses this group choice, they just click, and then their name, and then they do save my choice. So if I did it here, so then my name will appear in here. So
Okay. I got it. Okay. Right. Thank you.
yeah, no problem. For the number of students in your group, can we set different values? Group 1 to 10, 4 members, group. Yeah. So if you look at this, I have 10 and 25. If you want to randomly generate, I don't know how to do that. Like to do group 1 to 10, 4 members, and then group 11, 5 members. I do know how to do it for group choice though. Yeah. So are you referring to group choice? Or are you referring to random? for Ng Sealing. Group choice. Yeah, for group choice, you can definitely do that. Let me just make another group choice. So like this. Okay. So let me make a group choice for the group assignment, let's say. Okay. So add an activity, click on, where's my group choice? Over here. So click group choice, and then let's just do group assignment, or always does that. Group assignment choice. Okay, so then have them do all of this. Show results, yes. Updated, yes. Okay, limit the number of responses. So you say that you want 11 groups with 4 members in 1 to 10 and 5 members in the other one. Okay. So I don't have as many groups, but I'll do a similar example. So I'm going to enable. I'm going to say, since most of them are 4 members, I'm going to say 4 members, right? And I'm going to apply to all groups, and it's going to come from my group assignment grouping. So I'm going to add this grouping. So as you can see, A, B, C, D, E, all 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. But for group E, I want 5. So all I have to do is edit there and then click away. So you have 4, 4, 4, 4, 5. You can do similar thing for your group. And yeah, common module settings, all of that. Let's just ignore that for now. Save and display so that you can see what it looks like. It looks like this. So the students can see the capacity. Okay. One thing that I would recommend when you're doing something like this is especially for group work, right? You tell the students that they must speak to each other before they choose their groups, because then you don't want, let's say 4 people already want to be in group B, 3 of them get in, and then some random student decides to join group B as well with them. So you don't really want that happening. So it's not, this thing doesn't live in a vacuum, right? So you speak to your students and tell them to speak to each other before they choose the groups. Yeah. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Anyone else have any other questions related to group stuff? Or are we all good? Yeah, I think the recording will be on YouTube, on the CDAE YouTube. Okay. Right, so just to recap, for group choice and groups and groupings in general, you can use it to set up multiple tutorial sections where students choose their preferred time slot. You can set up groups for a group assignment where students choose their own group, or you could randomly assign, or you could assign them yourself. And groups are usable for assessment submission, 1 submission per group, or you can use it for forums and possibly other activities as well, although I don't have experience in them. And you can limit the number of members per group, as I've shown you. So I think that's it for my part of today's webinar. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Amirah and Dr. Siti Amirah. Are we done?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
done, unless there are any questions.
I'm done with
yeah.
my part as well.
If anyone has a question, you can unmute your mic. Tak ada kot. For all participants, don't forget to click on the attendance links and complete the e-survey from the MyCPD site. Thank you again, Dr. Siti Amirah and Dr. Amirah.
Okay, welcome. Good luck,
you.
everyone. Have
Yep.
enjoy your class.
Yeah. Welcome to all of us to the new semester.
Okay, bye.